was a fine young man traveling the 7 seas. He was young, he was wild, and sometimes a bit impatient with the girls. One day, he met an old lady in a dark corner of a tavern. She had an apple. Eat this apple, she said. Eat this apple and you will get rid of all the problems you will have with girls. And so he did. He waited. He waited for the apple to take effect. But then he felt there was something terribly wrong. He stumbled. He tried not to fall, but the pain was unimaginable. And then...
Unicorn.
What? You called me unicorn? I should be combing my hair with a fork. I'll just use this dragon.
Yeah, like a little plastic figurine.
He has 3 heads, like a fork. He's got a fork in his head.
What does she call the fork?
I almost said a doppelganger. Something that sounds like doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
A
dinglehopper.
A dinglehopper, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, or to Rave Review, Fantasy Edition.
Rave Review?
Question Block, Fantasy Edition.
Freudian.
Look, these shows are kind of both the same, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Yeah, so Question Block is Secret Loft's interactive talk show where we...
Double Decker
Studios!
Hi.
Yeah, this is the fantasy edition of Question Block. We're talking about fantasy. The show has begun. So we're here with Ariel the mermaid. I'm Alex the unicorn / Pegasus unicorn. Yeah, in the last hour we checked in with our correspondents.
Rhiannon and Dave.
Rhiannon and Dave. Queen Rhiannon.
Queen Rhiannon.
Yes. And I don't know, Dave the elf. Yeah, and they filled us in on some fantasy novels and films and some history and whatnot. Dave wrote about the Neverending Story.
Yes, I see.
And the film.
You didn't like the Neverending Story when we saw it, and like.
I'm too old.
Still,
I don't have the childlike sense of wonder about it, and it doesn't really hold up.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh, okay, could we talk about how many boobs there are? Like, that's, yeah, if you're rewatching it and you're like, this movie is not holding up, let's just talk about, like, good things for adults in it. There's a lot of boobs, secret boobs in the Neverending Story.
There's just multiple sphinxes, right? He has to get past
oracles,
the 2 sphinxes.
The Southern Oracle.
There's, like, first the gate to Southern Oracle, which has 2 sphinxes.
That look just like
boobs.
Southern Oracle.
And then the Southern Oracle is the same statue, but made of ice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, hey, Lily.
Let's go live with Double Decker Studios, because they are, if they're there, I know they're a huge fantasy fan.
Yeah.
And they can tell us about some Swedish folklore.
Yeah, so...
Because I want to hear about the Swedish elves. Are they there? Do they have a connection? We'll find out.
Stay tuned. Hello.
Hi.
Oh my God, your hair looks so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
like you have a horn too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's looking great. Great. Whoa.
So yeah, we wanted to ask about Swedish folklore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys have? You got are there Swedish dragons? Swedish elves?
We're big on trolls and gnomes. Gnomes is a big deal.
What do the gnomes do?
All sorts of stuff. I mean, there's a gnome for everything. You have your garden gnomes, your house gnomes, your drawer gnomes. A big one was David the Gnome, if you guys caught that show.
I did see that show.
That was a book in Sweden initially. Actually, a really, really well drawn book. God, I wish I had it. It's all in watercolor. It's awesome. It's really good.
Ooh.
But yeah, trolls under bridges, trolls in trees, trolls in falling down piles of trees, trolls in the woods.
Moomin trolls.
Moomin trolls.
That's it. That's all we do. We just no derivation. It's just those two fantasy creatures and none other. But to the nine.
The Moomin trolls, though.
The Moomin.
They're still just trolls drawn funnily, you know what I mean? And that's more of a British thing. Everybody, I mean, we have moving trolls, but that started in Finland, believe it or not.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. And
that was their thing. All of Scandinavia is obsessed with trolls and gnomes, but yeah, Sweden's gnomes are more like they just look like lots of different Santa Claus running around, and our trolls look exactly like the thing trolls look like, whereas Finland's trolls look like very. Like a couple of circles got together.
A couple of circles? They're very poorly drawn. Yeah.
It's so good. Well, I guess, what do you think that involves?
Oh yeah, we gotta ask what's the origin of those stories, do you think? Like, why did people come up with trolls and gnomes?
Oh man, I could just Google it, but
we don't, because we know...
Sociologists don't know either, though. We were reading all these theories about why every culture has dragons.
Because, every culture has snakes, I guess, and then they made them out to be, more than they were.
One is because snakes were a symbol of power, because people are scared of them, but another is people would see dinosaur bones in all these cultures and be like, that must have been something.
And then mermaids, people were just, having sex with manatees, and they were like, it was a beautiful woman. She lured me with her song.
Manatees, for sure. I've seen a lot of pictures that look completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way their bones are look like legs. It's crazy.
Yeah. My mermaid bones look just like a manatee's. Yeah. When you inside every manatee is a mermaid.
It's
like a butterfly and a caterpillar.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, they just need some makeup and some exercise, and then they'll.
Well, no, because you've seen those fitness inside every. Yeah, inside every.
That's what mermaids are, though. They're just hot manatees.
Hot manatees, yeah.
I wanted to go back to gnomes and tomtis and stuff for a second.
Yes. No, we want to know.
Worth noting is how, in Christmas, Santa Claus and all that stuff, we have a gnome show up, and every year in Sweden, we'd have, it was basically the town drunk, which would dress up like a gnome, and you would see it. I mean, it's 4 feet of snow. I'm sorry, I keep turning around. I'm filling up a big thing of water. I don't.
Oh yeah, you don't want to overflow. Yeah.
And he would march, and they'd be like, "Look, there he is, Robin! Look, and you'd see him from He's far away. He's like this little speck. You'd be like, oh yeah, there he is. He's really got all the presents. Whatever everybody bought,
big bag.
Really got him in the bag. And he's going through a literal fucking storm. And they're watching him for a half hour. All right. Here comes the gnome.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go grab a snack. We'll go check out he's still coming.
That's amazing.
He can't walk through the snow. It's so crazy. But so and then he would get there, he'd be so exhausted. And the mask is so spooky. He's got this old school. They're like, yeah, let's make it sort of clown-like. So the nose is all red and inflamed, his nose isn't already red and inflamed enough. He's got this thing on he's just exhausted, and then the kids roll up and are all about it. And he's got to perform. Then immediately upon coming in the door, he's like, you gotta get right into character.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
Gosh, American parents take note.
Yeah.
Got to get the town drunk.
Did he have to go to every house, or the kids all?
He was no. He was just one house. We would all gather.
Just all the kids would go to one.
At my grandma's place, or it's at our place, or at my aunt's place. So the whole family would be there, and he would do. He wasn't family, but I don't think he had any.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
The water.
The water.
Oh, the water. That's great.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
That's fantastic.
The town. I love that. That's commitment though.
I want to ask about Krampus though. I guess that's not a Swedish thing. Who has Krampus? Like the demon that will like eat naughty children?
You know, so my uncle dated. No, he was married. His first wife was Swedish,
She was a real Krampus.
Well, no, she was like obsessed with Christmas, which and they gave me an advent calendar, a Swedish like advent calendar.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just saying my uncle was married to a Swedish woman when I was really little, and she like gave my family an advent calendar and was like, you have to get a present like every day. Like for did you do advent calendars as well?
Oh yeah, big time. They're really important. I always just ate all the chocolates right away and close all the little doors again.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because you're getting like a gift every single day as well. Yeah, that kind of looks like an advent calendar, right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I was trying to get a fun background like you guys.
Oh, you're in front. Yeah, get there. Yeah.
There you go.
That's awesome.
What is that, like a seascape?
This is actually, what is his name? This is an original, Ben Clark original. If you look at Ben Clark, he's a famous American artist. This should be in a museum.
Ooh.
And it's just in my kitchen. It's terrible.
That's awesome. We're gonna do a paintings episode for sure.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and we'll have that on there.
Nice.
Oh my goodness. So what's wait? So you wanted to ask about Krampus, and then.
Well, Richard was saying he thinks Krampus is like a German thing. Krampus is not like a Scandinavian thing.
Yeah, Krampus is great. I never knew about Krampus till I was here. All of our fables, like the trolls, are just. I mean, I swear to God, Sweden's not that creative. Like they found 2 fantastical creatures, and that was it. Like, if you look up Swedish, there's no others.
They commit though.
Gnomes and trolls.
They're at least committed. They're like,
Have you seen there's like a movie about trolls, like a recent like movie about
trolls.
giant trolls?
Yeah, about trolls. Those are like the toys that
No, not like troll dolls.
Oh, I think it is about troll. I think with the hair, right?
There was some like
No.
there was some Scandinavian movie about
about
trolls.
about other trolls. Okay.
Yeah, like giant trolls and like a troll hunter.
Oh, like the Billy Goat trolls.
No.
The Billy Goat's gruff.
They don't live under a bridge.
It's an amazing movie. Finnish movie, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That Finnish movie.
We gotta see that.
That was fantastic.
So good.
It's a bunch of students hang out with a guy who's like a troll hunter, and they think it's like a goofy documentary to follow him around.
It's like a horror
and then it
movie.
turns out the trolls are real and massive, and he's like, is hunting
He's like, I
them.
told you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we should have seen that.
It's a great movie. We should watch it.
So have you seen a lot of?
We didn't even look up trolls for this. We didn't prepare.
Well, because we did prepare though, because we got Robin.
These
here.
are more warm weather fantastical creatures here.
Yeah.
The mermaids.
So
Robin's a troll expert. Well, Robin, you've read a bunch of fantasy series as well, right?
God, so many.
What?
Very good kind. The Wizard's First Rule, the best I ever read, until he gets, super, like, you can just tell that he got screwed by some bureaucrat somewhere, and he's, like, rebelling against, I don't know, democracy or something. Like, he just doesn't, like, he gets all political.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the series, he's fantasy anymore.
Ooh, what's going on?
Oh no, he's breaking up.
Like,
There we go.
Why the Junkyard is some of the best stuff I've ever read. Because he goes into the politics of magic.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
Which is one of the things I liked about Games I Know. Like, you have magic.
Okay, so it's definitely.
How does the politics work? And
So
Yeah.
that's-
and that really sucked, and that drew fucking terrible.
Are
we still streaming?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. It broke up a little
You're
bit.
getting jumpy.
You're getting jumpy, but I
Getting
think
jumpy
we're good.
on us.
I think we're good now. Maybe, possibly.
Maybe
we go.
not. I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna need to.
Wi-Fi is also kind of like magic.
Yeah, it is. There we go. We're good.
Yeah. So when fantasy novels become too political, I don't know. It's not
good.
Where's the escapism? You know.
Yeah. What's your favorite fantasy movie? Or like, do you have any like childhood fantasy movies?
Yeah, I think you would have. It's probably Labyrinth, as lame as it is.
Yes.
The Princess Bride. It's really a toss up between the two. It's lame.
No, those are two amazing movies.
That toss up is one. So.
No, those are two amazing movies, Labyrinth and Princess Bride. But we paused for a moment.
We may have lost him.
Oh wait, there we go. He's back. He's back.
It's Jumpy.
Okay.
Sorry,
it
keeps stuttering.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
Well, no, it's
Man,
there you go.
you know, I saw.
It's just it's like whatever.
You might need to plug in. One thing
Yeah.
we found out is that if your battery drops even a little bit, the streaming quality like gets terrible.
So you might need
So
to charge.
we found that plugging in to charger always makes it better.
There you go. We just plugged in.
And we did that too.
Yeah. We got that external battery. All right. Ooh.
Now we're in the
dark.
dark. I don't even know what's happening.
Dog crystal. There we go. Wait. Oh. But so yeah, Labyrinth and Labyrinth is awesome because of David Bowie's package. Like there's not one review.
Well, the costuming is really great in Labyrinth. As like a story, I don't think
you
it really
cut me off.
beats any other 80s.
There is not one review out there about Labyrinth that does not talk about David Bowie's package.
Okay.
Like why? Do you think that
Do we have a picture? Oh, we've lost Robin.
We've lost Robin. No, if you would like to, yeah, Robin. If you get better Wi-Fi, please come back because we're having a great time. But yeah, Labyrinth. There is. Oh no! Yeah.
Don't worry.
Robin asked to come back.
Double Decker Studios. We can.
Just make sure, or turn off your Wi-Fi and have your cell data on.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I don't even know if cell data is good for streaming these days.
Maybe. Like,
I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever. If you want to reset your router or whatever, you can mess with it, but don't worry about it.
That was amazing, though, because we got so much information.
Robin also we got a ton of information about the Swedes and their trolls and gnomes and how they celebrate Christmas. And also it was, it is true of like a lot of fantasy does a lot of the same stuff that sci-fi does. I mean, people know this. It sounds stupid to say it out loud, but like, right? The idea is like posit some world or some new rules about the world, like in sci-fi, like
I'm just looking
you go to space or live forever or whatever. And fantasy is like humans have magic, and then explore the societal changes via characters. Is like how you do it. But yeah, sometimes they become very political. So like what Robin was describing sounds kind of like the Dune series for science fiction, where it's really a bunch of political novels set in like a science fiction.
Oh my god! Okay, there's a Facebook page.
Here.
There's a Facebook.
Turn it sideways.
No.
I turn it sideways.
No, hang on. No.
Turn it sideways.
I don't want to show this. I just found this in my research. This is not the picture that. There's a Facebook page that is David Bowie's crotch in Labyrinth, and it has 19,000. There's nothing to see on the page.
Please just turn it sideways.
There's nothing.
No, indulge me. Just turn it sideways.
This way?
Yes, thank you.
All right.
It makes the profile image really
Yeah. Okay. Here's the profile image.
And it's got all the little characters next to him. Right?
Oh, yeah.
All the other little like Jim Henson. Puppets.
Oh yeah. You can't even see it because it's like it's blinded by the light.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. That's what I was saying. It's not something you need to see. It's just something that you need to know. That David Bowie's crotch in Labyrinth has 19,000 likes or followers. This like page. That's how prevalent.
Are there active discussion threads?
I don't know. I'm not going to turn this into like a looking at my phone thing because we're in Fantasyland and phones don't exist. But anyway, there's not one review about Labyrinth, including this review that we're giving right now, that does not talk about his package. I think what happened is So there's like one of two theories about his package. One is that they gave him the tights, and
like
he
the
was
costuming for it.
and he was just like, well, I'm not gonna, I don't ever wear underwear. And the other one is that because that was a George Lucas one, right? Labyrinth, is that George Lucas? Yeah, I think it was.
Willow was George Lucas.
Yeah, so
Willow
was
was
Labyrinth.
George Lucas. I thought because he wasn't allowed
to work on Lord of the Rings.
To work on Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm gonna make my own. Screw you guys.
Yeah. So oh no, was it Ron Howard? Let me see. Jim Henson. It was Jim Henson, but
yeah,
I think
Henson.
There were other directors.
I thought
too.
Ron Howard also directed Willow. Like George Lucas produced it, and Ron Howard did like Industrial Light and Magic on it, and Ron Howard directed it.
Yeah, I think
just trying to. Yeah, director is Jim Henson. So there you go.
Well, anyway, I think that Jim Henson, he was like, hey, David Bowie, can you write some songs for this movie that I'm doing? And David Bowie was like, yes, I want to be the star of the movie as well. And he was like, okay. And then he was like, okay, so here's like the couple things that we need songs about. And David Bowie was like, great. And then they separated for like 6 months, and they got back, and like half the movie was made, and then the songs were made, and then they got back together, and it was like,
yeah, Jim Henson shot a bunch of stuff with puppets, and the like lead actress or whatever,
Jennifer Connelly from who everyone loves from Requiem for a Dream.
Mm-hmm.
See, yeah.
So then he was like, oh, there's like all these old puppets, and these ones are gonna ask you riddles.
These garbage people, basically.
The puppets are all kind of gross. Yeah, they're like, you're gonna get molested by these hands in this weird tunnel.
In the weird tunnel? Well, because it was supposed to be like a thing about her going through. It was a coming of age story, and some people say the magic dance.
And then David Bowie was like, I'll come shoot. I'm available for 2 weeks. Like, he flew in from the UK, and then like.
And they were like, your penis is much bigger than we measured, and he's like, no time to remake the pants.
Or that was just
or
fashion.
He just had,
Knowing David Bowie, that might have been his original clothing, and they didn't even do wardrobe in the movie. Yeah, and the MC Escher movie.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
I think we saw some of the like special effects, like the behind the scenes or whatever, right? So there's like the scene where, in that MC Escher maze, Jennifer Connelly's running on the top and he's running underneath, and then he's like, whoop.
And his mouth is just open with it.
Yeah, we saw the filming of that. And they actually had to use like
that was
like a weird crane thing basically to swing him around. He does the stunt himself.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah. Well, it's like that's all. I was just I had a flashback to like the rock and roll one that we did, where like they had the piano that was like on the ceiling upside down or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were stealing it from Labyrinth.
It was all about it was all about the pyrotechnics, and the songs are great in that movie.
Yeah, the eyes cute. But that's the thing, the songs, if you've listened to them, they're so, like, weird and slightly incongruous with, like, what's happening. You're just like, what the hell? Like, and it's so rapey. I mean, he legit, like, he's like, you're going to wear this ball gown and then drink this, like, Rohypnol and dance with me all night. And then he's like, and for the rest of your life, I'm just going to be a creepy McCreeperson owl out your window forever, just, like, checking you out. Yeah, and then Jennifer Connelly gets addicted to heroin, and she starts dating Jared Leto.
Yeah.
That's Requiem for a Dream. I'm sorry.
The movies take place in the same canon, though, where she is. That is what happened to the babysitter from Labyrinth after she got the child back.
She's like, I was babysitting this baby that was actually an example. What do you call it?
It's funny what you'll accept from fantasy films.
People
though,
say
right?
that baby is her. Did you ever hear that? And it's like, did you ever hear that theory?
I didn't work too hard in interpreting the movie.
There's a theory that, like, the baby is her and she wants to, like, lose her innocence. So she actually does. And then, like, the only way that she can, like, get back is, like, when she can miss her innocence. And so then she finds the baby.
So the baby being stolen from her by the...
It's like her
The Elf King is her having sex.
Yes.
Okay.
Gag.
Unicorn is not cool with that.
But as you
Not
know,
that.
mermaids are little. The star.
Yeah. Mermaids are virgins. They can't have sex.
Oh, well, you know.
Physiologically.
I mean,
Yeah, the lyrics in all of the songs in Labyrinth, yeah, kind of incongruous, but like they're pretty
he's so
standard
in
David
love with
Bowie
her.
songs because there's some weird.
yeah.
Maybe they didn't tell him, or he just forgot that he was singing to like a teenage babysitter, and he was like,
That's
"Oh,
what I mean.
I thought she was a woman. I thought it was a
or
woman."
or like an
baby that I had
androgynous
stolen.
space
I didn't-
creature.
yeah,
Yeah.
But she was, yeah,
I thought it was fucking a
a
planet.
Venus woman. I didn't. Yeah, I'd stolen her Venus flytrap.
Yeah. Oh, oh my god.
Yeah.
And now I'm like thinking of Flight of the Conchords, David, where they go through all the
Yes.
David Bowie.
Flight of the Conchords, David Bowie. Great David Bowie
Was
retrospective.
it part of your freaky dream, Brett? Your
Well,
freaky
Well, let's save that for the David Bowie.
for the David
episode.
Bowie episode. But I just love that that should have been in Labyrinth.
Okay. We try and keep things
Okay.
fantastical. So we've been through. It is funny that the '80s were such a prime time.
Yeah,
thing.
we have the
So
dark-
There've been '90s and the thousands, but
We have it's funny that you
the Dark
like
Crystal.
the Dark
we
Crystal.
didn't even
Did
really
you see
get
Dark
into.
Crystal?
I've seen like parts of it. I've watched like half of it. Like in
Yeah.
and out.
Let's
I'm not too
give
caught up in the
it. Let's give it a
Gelflings
one
and,
sentence,
like
one sentence summary.
Skepsis,
Yeah.
the bad guys. The Gelflings are rubes. They're total idiots, and they just get like taken advantage
Yeah.
of constantly. It's kind of an infuriating movie to watch because you're like, are you real? Like really, you're falling like, and they're just like, you fall for this stupid like thing again. Infuriating.
He was a child at one point.
Oh, they were ugly children. That's what happens to ugly children.
Oh yeah, that's what happened. Well, I love also one more thing about it. The trash lady is just trying to make her into a trash lady, which is great. It's like be careful of hoarders or you might become one.
True. Is that a metaphor for drugs?
I think it's just a metaphor for like a failed
Failed
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yes. Wait, was that her name?
Yeah. What else was? I'm thinking of other I mean, we didn't even talk about the Narnia series. I guess that was big in the thousands. We haven't even discussed Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, Harry Potter.
That Jared has done it many times. Yeah, Jared.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's true. The world building was really great in Labyrinth, though.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell is going on there. The weird battle at the end.
Yes.
That happens.
Oh
They
wait, can we
defend the
can we
castle.
talk about the battle in Neverending Story between Gamork
Gamork and
the
Atreyu?
wolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't. That battle like doesn't happen in the book.
But it barely happens in the movie too. Okay.
Yeah.
Now do you
No,
okay, someone on
I gotta
Twitch
tell them.
okay, so
We couldn't
Dr.
find a
Wires
shirt.
is gonna take care of this Twitch. Someone on Twitch wants me to rip up an old shirt, but I have scales. I don't have any shirts right now. Yeah, so Dr. Wires is breaking news. We looked for shirts that we were looking for like some sailor shirts that they might have lost it.
We looked around for shirts. We could not find.
But in our next stream,
we returned that shirt to Robin. He got it back.
okay,
We
because
didn't have
Robin,
we
we
didn't
had
have
your
that old
shirt, and I was
t-shirt.
maybe gonna do a challenge with it. But,
Yeah, we're gonna have to
but
do the
no.
shirt challenge on our next stream.
But
We're gonna
Saturday,
bring an
I
old
will do
shirt.
the shirt challenge if this. Okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
promise on Saturday.
Sorry, we didn't.
Flactal, I think that's how we say
Yeah.
their name. I will do the shirt challenge on Saturday. I will bring a shirt. I will call you out.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh,
Whatever.
Robin's
involves.
on there too. The Brooklyn
Ooh,
Bush.
Yeah, it's the Bush. Our next stream is going to be Saturday night, actually, at
Yeah.
9:30 p.m. And it will be fantasy themed, but we won't be talking on
Yep.
that show. I will be DJing.
And you'll be talking with your hands.
I'll be typing, and I'll be DJing and playing music about fantasy.
And I'll be doing
And
Ariel.
You'll be doing Ariel as a
Looking
mermaid.
like this. With
Yeah.
fins. I'll show off my fins. If any of you guys have a fin fetish out there. I'm going to be doing some fantastic Ariel. I'll do the shirt challenge. I'm also going to be a dragon.
Yeah.
And I'm also going to be a fairy.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of looks.
Yeah, a lot of looks.
And at some point we'll do
The shirt challenge,
Maybe
I
we'll do that like
promise.
at the end or whatever.
Maybe it's the
We can
dragon.
all
I could be
ripping
like,
a shirt apart. That would
You
be
know?
cool.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the idea. I think it's just
9:30
you
p.m.
flex your guns and like
Yeah.
rip the
Yeah.
shirt apart. It's probably the challenge. It's my guess.
Yes. Yeah. I'll do it. I got you.
Or
I
you have to like eat the
Oh my
entire
god.
t-shirt.
Yeah. I have to eat
Yeah.
a t-shirt.
Um,
I gotta find out. The
I didn't
t-shirt
check. I don't know. Is Lily Wolf still around?
Lily, are you
Did
still
she dip
here?
off the Insta?
Lily would be a great siren because she can sing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like sailors, if they heard me singing, they would be like, "Geez."
No,
Actually, I
they'd
would
be
be
like,
warning
"We're
them
not-
that a storm is coming.
We're not going over there.
Be like, "No, I'm not even gonna do it."
Sin
We'll lose all.
fetish is a need for closure at the end of the Stoic Scandinavian books. Robin, we went into it before though. It was just lusting after manatees.
Lusting after manatees. Yeah, it is a lot of manatee lusting.
Oh, Lily Wolf had to run.
Oh,
unfortunately. She
Lily.
can't make it.
But she's probably luring like a sailor out there with her beautiful voice. Yeah, she is a beautiful voice, and it's very like mermaid-ish because
She does.
it's very like whispery. Like
It's
we've never heard her
it's
yell.
whispery and haunting.
Yeah.
She's not capable of yelling.
She's a perfect.
Much like Ariel,
Yeah,
the mermaid.
my voice was stolen, but it's great. Like if anyone asks me to sing, they're like, "Oh, your name's Ariel. Like I bet you can sing." I'm like, "No, like
Like this was stolen
Ursula
by,
stole my singing voice
by
somewhere out there."
Some sort of drag queen octopus.
Yeah,
witch.
Divine is like,
Oh yeah, there's
yes.
a fairy right there.
oh yeah, right over there. Fairy.
Yeah, there's a little Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. Oh my gosh, Tinkerbell. Right before the pandemic, I did a Tinkerbell.
Fin is N in Swedish.
Oh,
Fin
whoosh.
fetish.
Fin fetish, yeah.
Oh, I see. There's a need for an ending.
Oh
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why they're called Swedish fish.
Yep. Swedish fins.
Because they have fins. Yeah. Maybe it's a Swedish love for
Oh,
people
Splash.
from Finland.
Is that a fantasy movie with Daryl Hannah?
Yes, because
Yeah.
Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. Because Tom Hanks
Yeah.
falls in love with a mermaid.
Which I
So
love.
It is a fantasy.
I love the scene in, and she really popularized this hairstyle. Like not the colors, but like the style. She had this style for mermaids. Because mermaids before Daryl Hannah were depicted with like very dark hair, because they would dog creatures. But Daryl Hannah had like blonde version of this hair. I love this scene where she's just like eating like a whole lobster at the restaurant.
Oh, she just like bites the lobster or whatever.
Yeah, and he doesn't. He's just like, yo, this girl is hot. I don't care if she like is just like has no.
He's totally fine with her. Like, well, he realizes she's a mermaid though, right? He's like aware.
Well, not at that.
Because doesn't he meet her? He's trying to drown himself or something, and then like that's how like he
yeah.
meets her in the beginning. So
Oh,
he
so
knows.
it's not. Yeah, it's not him. But there is this.
But
scene
then
where
she
she's
comes
just
and
like,
finds him in New York City, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, all right, well, I guess I can
I usually gotta fuck
marry this mermaid.
Fine.
Well,
Okay.
there's some magic where she's able to like walk around though or whatever. She like
Yeah.
stops being a mermaid, but then has to go back to being a mermaid.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. They escape to an aquarium. There's a whole.
Before. Oh yeah. So I know
Magics.
we were talking about Gamork, the battle that never happened. I know.
Yeah.
I hate to like jump around.
Yeah, Atreyu just stabs Gamork.
He goes, "Show yourself to." Oh, first of all, never talks. Only screams. Like he's always like, "I need to know right now," and he's like, "Show yourself to me, Gamork," and then he just
Yeah,
like
the actor really doesn't. He doesn't have much
Gamork like
range.
jumps on his knife, and that's it. Also, his nipples are always showing, and he's like a child.
Yeah.
He's just like walking around, and then he'll just be like, "Hang on a second," like pretend. Yeah. he's
He
just,
does
like,
a lot
better,
of like
better.
running around with his like,
just, like-
shirt very loosely.
Yeah.
Yeah, fits. It's
'Cause
like
he's a
tunic. Usually you kind
like
of
a
cross tie
vest.
the ends. Like,
Robin
I've worn a
has
gi
the vest,
before.
actually. Robin, you were wearing the Atreyu vest.
This sort of the
With the
Native
fringe,
American
yeah.
inspired vest with fringe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because he's from the Plains people that hunt the purple buffalo.
Yeah.
If you
So
remember.
yeah, exactly. He's like a.
Yeah.
He's like a.
If you had a sword and a babe back in the day, you just needed a lake and a boom.
Show
Yeah,
yourself to me.
it is
Gamork.
the Atreyu vest.
Ah.
Yeah, it's very loose. It's just like hanging
It's just
down.
hanging down
But he's
there.
constantly running around, yeah.
And he had these
Like,
little,
it's-
like,
it's-
childlike
it's
nipples.
child
That's
nipples,
what, yeah. And then the child like
Yeah.
empress.
Show yourself to me, come on.
Show yourself. Oh, I can. Okay,
The
so the
North
child
Second.
like empress
I'll tell you, loser.
legit lives in a uterus. Like if anyone has ever seen the scroll, yeah. If anyone has ever seen, does she have to play the I Am the Real American? We are really trying to find this out.
Lily was waiting, but she. Oh, we missed that. Yeah,
She said
Lily's
she can
listening.
go on, but
That's
she-
good.
Yeah, so Lily,
That's good.
you heard
Yeah,
that.
Robin is aware. Right, it's a massive flower vagina, and she.
Wait, it kind of looks like this. Hang on. Wait. It's like this.
Yeah, that's her palace.
She's like inside this vagina, and then like her thing, it's like a giant clit on her. She is a clit in the middle of this. Yeah, 'cause she has her hair like pulled back, and then she has this giant like
Right.
pearl.
She's there, and
And
she
she
just
has-
looks like a little pearl.
Oh yeah, she's got like
Her whole face is like super
she has
white,
like
with
two
huge
necklaces
eyes.
on her head.
She's like tearing
Yeah.
up the entire time.
Yeah,
She's very moist looking.
They gave
the
her
whole
red.
time.
They gave her like red eyeshadow like under her eyes, so it looked like
Yeah.
she'd been crying. And she's like she's like the book. Like her mouth is still like forming the.
boy has been watching us.
And so have the other people.
Yeah.
It's in Japanime they like keep their mouth moving, and she doesn't keep her mouth moving. She just keeps it around the last letter that she said.
She just learned how to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I compared it to a David Lynch movie because in parts of the movie, it just feels like everyone is on drugs, right? Like
Yeah.
a Trey who's kind of like drunk and on cocaine, he just keeps yelling the whole time.
You have to move through the sadness. Yeah, what is Artax is just like on a Molly hangover.
The childlike princess is
Right?
just clearly like on heroin or like ketamine. She's
on
talking
ketamine
very
for
slowly.
sure. Yeah. Artax is like he took Molly like
He's
last
sad.
week, and he's just
He's
so
just
sad,
hungover
and
horse.
he's just like he's having a Blue
The kid
Monday.
is rocked on Adderall. He
Yeah.
could be on Adderall. He's just
He
yelling
could.
all the time.
Yeah. Come on, look at my nipples. Come on, jump on my neck.
But there's the old couple who later is like Miracle Max and his wife. Or
Oh yeah,
whatever
they're
in The Princess
just
Bride.
alcohol. They're just
But
like
they're-
drinking
Yeah,
snakes.
just an alcoholic.
They're just
He's
drinking
like,
snakes.
"Look, we need a leech cow." She just like stabs the dragon.
Yeah, oh no, she.
Oh, and the
she-
dragon's probably like on Molly too because he's so friendly. He's like, I love children. He keeps winking.
Oh
at
yeah,
at
and he loves.
Atreyu.
He's like actually always on Molly, like for sure. Like
Yeah,
he's
like, if you
never
could just
not.
rub the spot behind
And then he
my
has, like, an
ear.
orgasm. Yeah.
Whoa.
yeah, he wakes up after Atreyu's like snuggled in him, and yeah, he's like, I love kids. Scratch my ear.
We'll go on. And he's like, he's winking.
But
and
he's so positive. Maybe he's just high on life. He's
He's
yeah.
a positive guy. That's
because
true.
he's like we can just get anywhere. It's
We can
fine.
go
It's real
anywhere.
close. Like
It's no problem, Phaedra. It's 10,000 miles away from me.
but yeah, and he should have been like, dude, you're yelling in my freaking ear, like. But he's like, just feels
Yeah.
good. Keep doing it.
Yes, the scene where he gets his ear scratched with your eyes closed.
Yeah, he's like, if I played you that like sound clip.
Well, we should talk a
No.
little bit quickly about the other series.
Yes,
So you were one of the first American children to read Harry Potter.
Yes.
Right. Famously.
But I never finished the series.
You read
I
the
got
first book
the first book
before
when,
they were even available in America.
Yeah, because my mom had a friend who was like British, and he sent them, and I was obsessed because I loved because my mom was like she is a witch, and so like I was like yes, and we would do spells, and so I was like
you did
oh my
Wiccan rituals when you were a kid.
yeah, which
What'd you
we'll
do?
get into in the
As we get
as we
into
get
the
closer
darker
to
days.
Halloween.
of Halloween.
The veil between the worlds gets thinner. We're gonna get to it.
Well, maybe we'll do a spell. We could do a spell.
We will. Oh my god.
We'll do something for like the witches or the coven or whatever.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah,
I
so
was
how'd you get there?
obsessed with like the broom, and I would like
You played Quidditch.
I would put a broom in between two chairs, and I would. This is in a completely non-sexual way. I would like fly on the broom in my room because I was an only child. I didn't have brothers or sisters like you, and I didn't have friends because I was making stuff up in my head.
Yeah, because you're in
Kinda like
New
I
York
still
and there
am.
are no children
Except
here.
I have a
Yeah.
friend now.
I'm a mystical creature.
Will you be my friend?
Yeah, so you play Quidditch and you're like,
Yeah, I was just like, I'm riding my broom. This is great, and I really loved it, and I was like super into it. I think I read maybe the second, and I definitely read the second, maybe like half of the third, and the books just kept getting bigger, and I was like, no. Like, I was just like, this is too, just like Robin said, it's too political. It got political.
they did get a little political. Yeah, there's some complicated themes in there. The books, I think, yeah, they got, I think, better even as they like got a little longer. But then, yeah, at a certain point, they like.
At a certain
You were
point,
just
J.K.
along for the
Rowling
ride.
said trans people aren't real.
Well, and yeah, that's its own. J.K. Rowling's politics. I
Yeah.
don't think emerged while she was writing the series, but yes, sadly,
And they
in the
were
last
always-
few years,
yeah.
she's become a real anti-trans activist.
Which is like really weird because it's you gotta go out of your way to like do that.
She
You know,
does. She
she's
really
like,
does.
yeah,
It's,
she's like feminine products. Like,
what a
yeah,
weird hill to die on, and she has done to
hey.
us. But
Yeah. We're
Well,
discussing fantasy.
I suppose we can pretty much wrap this one up.
Well, we got time more. We got to talk about Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, we didn't even get into. I mean, did you read the Lord of the Rings series? Or you just saw the films?
My dad read me the first Lord of the Rings. I did not see the film, but I saw like pictures from it, and I was like, oh my god, Gollum is so gross. Because I pictured him, he's so cute in the, like, because I was
It's
just
wild.
like,
They made The Hobbit into like a 3-film series.
Yeah.
Which was like kind of wild. And I watched the first of those, and I was like, wait, come on, this movie should have been over.
come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But, yeah, the Lord of the Rings deservedly they made a trilogy of films about the trilogy of books, and they're pretty accurate, pretty good.
Yeah. What's his name? Gandalf, he likes to have sex with trees. Is that?
No, he doesn't. He just hangs out with the ants. They know each other pretty well. They're just friends. They're hanging out.
Bilbo, hold my bag while I fuck these trees.
The ants help them out, though. The ants are
I'm
friends.
gonna fuck these trees and they'll help us find the ring. But yeah, Gollum I thought was so cute when I was a kid because like I just thought he was a cute little creature that was
just
like
reading The Hobbit.
Yeah, like I pictured in my brain, I was like, oh, he's like my precious, and I was like, how cute. I want one.
Oh, you thought he was kind of like a Hobbit, and that he was also like cute.
I thought he was like the pet of a hobbit.
Okay.
Like, but then I saw a picture of him from the movie, and I was like, that's just
yeah, like kind of this gross sort of amphibian, sort of goblin creature. Yeah, that's what the Ring of Power will do to you. That's what the One Ring will do to you if you hang on to it. So that's a cautionary tale. Because I think the idea is Gollum was once a hobbit.
What's your favorite fantasy movie?
Probably it's just The Princess Bride. Because it's got such a heart and it's really funny, and then I will say there's no as a fantasy world, there's not that much fantastical stuff in it, which is funny, right?
But there's the characters that count.
Yeah, it's set in a very medieval feeling world, but the only there's the
RRUSs.
The rodents of unusual size.
I don't think they exist, and then it's like
That's the only mystical creature, right? There's no
there's
unicorns, there's no mermaids.
I think
a princess.
Don't they want people to think that there's a dragon, and that's why they put the Andre in the Cape of this giant?
He's like Andre the Giant is a giant, but they say he's some sort of Morlock or something. But the whole point is they have to do that because there aren't fantastical creatures in their world.
They're hiding because there's no virgins.
Yeah, they're just riding around on horses and stuff. So it's funny that it's in a fantasy world, but no magic.
Well, there's love.
Love. Oh, well, they do bring a dead man back to life.
Yeah.
They bring Wesley back to life. So that's Miracle Max does some miracles. He coats the pill in chocolate.
But his wife is like, no, it's love. He's coming back for love. Because he's like, there must be a good reason why you're hanging on. To bluff. Yeah.
To blame? He said to blame.
Oh my god, who's that actor? The man, whatever, whoever
Billy
plays.
Crystal?
No, the guy.
Montoya?
No, the blonde.
Wesley.
Wesley, yeah.
Yeah, that actor.
When I was younger, I was like, he's so hot. I was like, oh my god. And that scene where the Princess Bride jumps out of the window with like and Andre Cat because she's like
And
escaping.
they show her
dress.
Her dress in slow motion.
That I like would I think asked to like rewind that or knew how to rewind that over and over because like I loved repetitive like calming. That was the most beautiful.
Ariel.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait, was that the guy? Was that Wesley or is that? Oh, and
Yeah.
she was like Robin something, right? I think. Yeah.
They play a nice little. Like,
Robin Wright Penn.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
they play some nice like descending
flute.
chime notes.
Yeah, and it's like the most
jumps.
beautiful, like, yeah, it's but like slow with a flute with like a descending. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't discussed the Narnia series at all. Did you read any?
Yes.
Did you read Narnia as a kid?
Yes, and also I would. Oh, I defocused the Twitch camera. There we go.
Catch up.
With my
Yeah, Narnia was. I read all the books when I was a kid.
All of them?
All
I think I did
7.
too.
Yeah.
By Red, I
the
think
7th book gets wild because they have the rapture like within Narnia or whatever, and Aslan's like, all of us are like going to, I don't know, leave the world or the other side. It's like
Aslan.
bizarre.
Yeah. You know what?
Aslan, the Jesus lion.
Ariel is like Ariel in Hebrew is basically Aslan. Ariel in Hebrew means Lion of God.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know.
So I'm named after Aslan as well.
Oh, I like it better as like an air sprite name.
Me too.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Lion
Damn
of
it.
God.
Judaism. How dare you?
Lion. Yeah, I mean, I guess I was reading because, like, there was continuity and, like, I guess the plot was similar in every book. It's a bunch of kids, British kids messing around and, like, go in a wardrobe, and then they're in this, like, fantasy world with, like, a god lion, and then go on adventures. And that book, I think the funniest thing that the whole series ever did was make it seem like Turkish Delight was a good candy.
Yes, because it's gross. Oh my god, it's disgusting.
If any viewers out there have had Turkish Delight,
we would have done a
or
tasting
seen it
of it, but like we wouldn't be able to talk because it's so freaking gross.
It's just.
It's like
a gross kind of like taffy.
It's like someone left jam
super
in an ice cube mold for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then sprinkled some powdered sugar on it. And then I love how they have different flavors of it. I'm like, it all tastes like...
Yeah, like you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. British candy, kind of overall, this is a blanket statement, is awful. And so Turkish Delight.
Blame it on the fairy. They're like, some fairies got in here and fucked up our candy. Although I love licorice. And like, I love cinnamon. See, I like the olden timey, except for that.
This is really more of like a Greek thing, I think. Like, they came up with black licorice, like anise and stuff. The British they're just imperialists who like took it. Yeah, don't give them credit. Yeah, so anyway, the Turkish Delight, disgusting. The kids are always like, they like betray their friends for Turkish Delight.
Yeah.
They're like, well, you could sentence them to death, or you could have we're having a good time.
Talking
Matt's
about
Way
fantasy.
Comedy? Talking about fantasy.
Talk about fantasy. Yeah.
But yeah, the books explore, I guess, all aspects of Narnia. There's the one where they go on the Voyage of the Dawn Treader, where they see all the islands or whatever. It was a pretty cool one. And then, like, there's a little rat creature, Reepicheep.
Yes, I remember him.
And Reepicheep, at the end of the voyage, they're like, all right, we got to turn back. We've seen the last island. And the end of Narnia, for whatever reason, is just a wall. And Reepicheep's like, got to check it out. And he then sails up the wall and, like, disappears.
So yeah, I think my dad would read them to me with the voice, and he would do the voices, and I would get so worked up, like, because I would just be like, I'd be like, you have to, because the chapters are all like cliffhangers, and I was like, I need to know that he's okay. I need to know that they're all right. Like,
yeah, I'll give him that. Despite the Turkish Delight, like Deception or whatever, C.S. Lewis, great writer, like great series. Yeah. Does Enchantress Shane? I don't know if she's decent or not, but if you'd like to go live and talk about your favorite fantasy series or films or novels or writers.
Yeah, if anyone would like to go live, this is our last opportunity.
We've talked about most of the creatures.
Yeah.
We haven't yet really talked about like the hippogriff or the sphinx or phoenixes.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those are very biblical and religious.
It's kind of neat because, like, right, even like in biblical times, they had like totally different fantastical animals.
Yeah.
Granted, at that time, most of the fantastical creatures were just mixing together creatures that already existed.
Yeah, it was like not animorphs, but like.
But what if?
Yeah. But what if you've got the body of a?
He's the body of a lion, but okay, and he has wings.
But he's got wings.
And then his head is a snake.
Yeah.
What is that?
And he breathes water.
He breathes water.
Water. And he loves Turkish
but also
delights.
fire. What would you call that?
But what if? And
a,
he's toxic masculinity.
I guess it's he's a lion, but he's wings like a bird. Like,
if you really think about it,
if
you really think about it, we should call it a griffin. Because he's Griff. And he's definitely in.
Not clear where the names come from. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
The Sphinx too is what is a traditional Sphinx? That's some sort of like also bird lion type thing. But it's not a griffin. It's
the head of a.
It's head of a woman.
Woman,
right?
And the wing. It has wings, and then the body of a lion. It's got like 3 things.
And they're all poisonous. Yeah,
they tell you riddles.
Remember the basilisk is also like that's like a snake bird.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Because people were just like, they don't want to admit that they were like pussies, and they were like, dude, I saw a snake and I got scared, so I couldn't get the gold or whatever.
Yeah.
So they were like, I saw a snake, but it was really big and it also had wings and it chased me, and that's why I couldn't get the gold. And they're like, I'll draw you a picture of it. And they were like, it was crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that stuff. So
yeah, old timey fantasy. They weren't really doing much world building, but they did have fantastical creatures. So.
Should we do a 1 minute debate, unicorns versus mermaids?
Sure. We could also do spell casting if you want. But
we'll do spell casting.
We're not familiar
later.
enough with the universe.
Yeah, we definitely need my mom for that. And we can't do it at the end. We have to we're definitely.
Oh, I guess Anne of Chelsea's probably. She's probably casting spells at Mike Pence right now.
Yes. So yeah, for everyone who tuned in lieu of watching the debate, we can give you a little bit of a debate. Should we each do like 30 seconds?
Sure.
Okay.
What are we debating? Just which creature
is the ultimate creature?
Is the ultimate fantasy creature?
Okay. All right, you start. Go.
I got reported for telling a joke. Oh no. I hope not here. In the debate, maybe. Yeah, so we'll have to get the info. Okay, all right, unicorns are the ultimate fantasy creature because we represent purity. We're the most beautiful creatures. Our horns are magical. Everybody's always about them and trying to touch them. But they're also sharp in their weapons. We're very lucky. Some of us are also Pegasuses and have wings and can fly. So we get around. We're not just confined to the sea like mermaids. And people love us so much that even though we don't exist, they had to kill a whole bunch of narwhals just to try to have horns to pretend that we did exist.
Do you want to go for the full minute because you're almost there?
No, that's all I have to say about unicorns, I think. And I guess also we're because of our purity, we're the only creature that we won't hang out with any common babes. We're not interested in humans unless they're virgins and they're totally pure. And then all we'll do then is just gently take a nap.
Okay, that's time. Okay.
Who's Chelsea Fire's previous comment?
So I think it was someone that was
Carrie Elways.
Oh, I'm a real American.
I'm a real American when she tries on the shirt? That wasn't even a joke. That was a reasonable question.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, so mermaids. So honey, they told me that all the real beauties would be here, but they were lying because clearly I am the true beauty. I'm so beautiful that I lure men to their deaths. Have you ever killed a man? No, I don't think so. How are you supposed to get ahead in life when people keep pawning your horn off and drinking out of it? That doesn't seem very, very amazing to me. And what about unicorn? Unicorn, your horn, it looks like another method for you to snort drugs through. I think that you only like pure virgins because you like other things that are pure, like cocaine.
Using the unicorn or drug abuse.
Yes. I'm still bitter that Lisa Frank continues to employ you, and she has never employed me. That's okay, because I have the whole ocean on my side, and I have the mermaid truthers. Where are you at?
She includes dolphins, I guess. Lisa Frank has a lot of dolphins.
Yes. Okay. So it's up to you to decide who won that debate. That's our debate. That's probably like what's going on.
That was probably much more entertaining than whatever's happening.
Yeah.
In the vice presidential debate.
Yeah.
But Chelsea Fire, I'm so sorry that your comment got removed. I didn't even think there was anybody in here who would report it. So,
that's wild.
Yeah. I think it was probably artificial intelligence. Facebook is really cracking down on political ads, so perhaps if whatever you said sounded like a political ad, they looked askance at it.
They looked askance.
And they said, no, not here. But please do message us the joke privately.
Yeah, we'll LOL. We'll LOL at it.
On our own. Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you. Let me see. As we said, as the month goes on, we're gonna bring in other Halloweeny, fantasy, dark twisted fantasy themes.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has any things that they really want us to do before the end of the month, please tell us, because we'll do that for you.
Witches and Wizards
There's
episode.
Gonna be like
there's going to be like a zombies, werewolves, vampires episode, kind of the dark fantastical creatures.
Yes.
There's going to be a serial killers episode. Perhaps.
Or maybe a cult classic,
maybe
horror
cults.
films. Yeah. Or just cults.
Oh, yeah. Or just horror films, too.
So, yeah, if right now the doors are open.
The phone lines are open.
So, if anyone wants to DM us with their wishes and suggestions, we thank you so much for tuning in for this instead of watching the debate, because it will keep you happy and positive, and that's what we're all about.
The debate might too. I mean, Kamala Harris is a great debater, so she might be wiping the floor with pens right now. So that would be cool too. Maybe we'll go check out.
So we're doing a rave that is fantasy themed.
Get on our plug.
This
fantasy rave.
An Ariel Circus rave.
This Saturday, 9:30
This Saturday, 9:30 to 11:30. If you watch on Twitch, you can watch it on your TV, and you can chat with Dr. Wires the whole time.
So yeah, those of you on Instagram, come over to the Twitch so we can type chat, and you get multi-camera views.
.tv/Secret Loft.
The whole studio is really set up for the Twitch and the Instagram as an afterthought.
But you can just pop in on Instagram if you're looking for some lo-fi fantasies. Let's pose here. Put your head down real quick.
Please give me the unicorn view.
There you go. Woo! Okay, and we'll be back next Wednesday with another talk show as well. Right. So thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks on Twitch for joining us. We'll do the t-shirt challenge. I suppose.
Do the t-shirt challenge, we promise.
If that character comes back on Saturday.
And how should we see them out?
I'm gonna play Fantasy by Mariah Carey.
Oh.
You can bubble them out.
I'm looking for that. There we go. We're bubbling out. Nice. Nice.
Oh, we're safe.
Woo. Okay, let me not take off my...
Oh, let's pose real quick for this.
Okay.
Probably good.
Amazing. Nice. Consistent each time. Consistent high numbers each time.